Hello, Jamie. My name is Star, and I also was surprised by how much I liked the movie Three Idiots. I didn't know what to expect, but I really liked that film. Um, yeah, I liked it. You mentioned how Rancho, he went to school because he wanted to learn and be creative, right? And I think that made me think that a lot of people, and this is kind of like a very generalized thought. Obviously, most things are. There's no like statistic or like whatever saying like, you know, that most people think this way. But I think in general, from experience, a lot of people when they go to be to when they were STEM student or they're like trying to be an engineer. I think a lot of people do that. One, because they're super smart, they're just blessed with like a amazing brain, and they can, like they can do that. They're able to get a good degree, right? Which in turn usually means more money, especially in like engineering. And two, more money, right? Like I think a lot of people go to certain degrees or get certain degrees based on how much money they'll be making in the end with that degree. And in the case where like in the movie Rancho, he just wanted to learn. Like he wasn't even getting the degree in the end. He just like went into classes when he was young. He just wanted to have a learning experience and not so much like the college experience to get a degree, right? Like he could have had this entire like experience outside, like in a like on a, sitting on like a stone just learning, and he would have been fine. But yeah, I like that you mentioned that, because I think a lot of people in the real world, tend to go after certain degrees for different reasons other than like they're excited to learn about engineering or science or whatever it is. I think a lot of people just get a degree so that in the end they have more profit, right? Which is totally valid. That is like very sensible. And then as far as Kinky Boots, you mentioned that like how her dad wanted Lola to be a stereotypical man. And I think that you can, or we can go into like what society thinks is like a man and a woman, all that stuff. But there are a lot of things that are subjective as to like what's a man and like what's a woman. But I think that a lot are objective, or like certain things like can be agreed upon, or at least like for like a large group of men or women, there are certain things that do tend to like be similar within those groups, or like repeat as like a pattern of like men do this or women do this. And once again, that's a very like generalized, but I like how in the movie, no matter what she was or what people made her out to be, they did a good job of like still showing her vulnerability, but also very much showing her like spot on reactions to things, and like her wit, and like how strong she was, even though she was a man who identified as something else. And I like that they still kept that, like, because she was whatever she wanted to be, no matter what she looked like. And I think that that's something that for me personally is something to hold on to. And I think that's you know I don't know, I guess it makes me like sad a little when people don't resonate with some movies like that, because especially when it's because they can't relate. And it sucks, just because you can't relate doesn't mean that you can't resonate with it, right? But yeah, anyways, that made me think of that, like stereotypical, like what society deems as like manly and stuff. But anyways, thank you for watching and absorbing the movies. And yeah, that's all I have to say.